So let me ask you emotionally. You never lost in high school. You don't lose in college. And then last year, you're 3-14. Were there moments when you drive home to see your wife and you're thinking, this is a little more than I bargained for? That you got beat up a little bit, you got tossed around. How tough was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long year for sure. I'd say, I think I stayed pretty positive the whole year. There were definitely some times where, especially after a game, you're going home and you're just like, man, you're on a losing streak of 5 or 6 games in a row. It gets a little rough. Like, I hadn't lost more than 5 or 6 games probably my whole career up until that point. So that was definitely a reality check for sure. But just trying to stay positive, try to keep the team together. I think that was something I tried to do the whole season. And yeah, it was challenging. I think I learned a lot from last year. Obviously, you get a different perspective than when you're just winning like I'd done in the past. So I had a lot greater of appreciation for winning, for one, and then just being able to overcome some of those challenges and then face all of them. And then now going into a new year with a lot of confidence, good team around us, great staff. I'm really excited.
Trevor, I met you at the Super Bowl week. I saw you there with your beautiful wife, and I've always been kind of taken by your maturity. Is it difficult when you're the youngest guy in a locker room and they ask you, hey, Trevor, go be the leader of the franchise? You got 33-year-old linebackers and 29-year-old offensive line. Was it tough that first year coming in knowing, hey, you're the face of the franchise. You're the voice of the franchise. How hard was that?
It had its challenges. I think obviously the first month or so is challenging just because, like you said, I'm the youngest guy. One, I'm a rookie, but two, I was only in school for 3 years, so I'm already used to being younger than anyone anyway. So then to go there and you got guys that are 10 years older than you that you're playing with. So that first month, you're trying to feel it out. You're really just trying to put your head down and work and, kind of earn the respect of all your teammates. And then after that, people that's how sports is. You just respect, how people play and then how they carry themselves. So I think, I gained the respect of my teammates pretty quick. And then from there, it was just trying to be myself. And obviously there was a lot of challenges and a little bit of added pressure last year just because we didn't have a great year. But no, I think once the season started, really our team stayed together the whole season. I think we had a mutual respect for one another, and just trying to lead more and more as the season went on. And then now going into year 2, having more confidence, knowing all the guys on the team and being able to step into that leadership role more, I think has been great, even just in OTAs so far. And it's been a lot of fun. I think this season's going to be a lot different just because I think we have, from myself, better leadership, but also around the team. So I think it's going to be a much different year.
Well, you went out and you first couple of picks, you went defense. And I've said this for years, that what you have to do with a quarterback is protect him, but also don't force him to win shootouts. Give him a shot. So you guys went and put some personnel into defense, which I like. Then you brought in Doug Pederson, who I had said in the offseason, I thought USC should have hired him. I said, that's the guy out there that nobody's talking about. So tell me about Doug Pederson. I never met Doug. I've interviewed him. I like his personality. What jumped out to you, your first couple discussions with him?
Yeah, just kind of the way he looks at the game. Obviously, the experience he's had playing quarterback in the NFL, being a head coach, offensive coordinator, all those things, winning a Super Bowl as a player and a coach. You look at all of that and, his resume speaks for itself. But then just seeing the way he carries himself, the way he treats people, I think the way he leads, I think we're similar, just our demeanors, our personality, doesn't get too high or too low. I think that's really important to have if you're going to be a really good head coach, especially in the NFL. It's been great getting to know him. I think he's done a great job just planning out our off season. There was a lot of changes we needed to make, and I think he's made those. He's put together a great plan of progressing our team offensively and defensively. So now that we're ready going into camp, I think he's done a great job. So I'm excited. And then not only him, just having Coach McCoy, Press Taylor, Jim Bob Cooter, all those guys to pull from that are all offensive minds that have called plays before, and seeing everybody work together and just being able to soak all that up has been awesome.
So one of the things that you remind me of Andrew Luck, who I think you and Andrew are the two best college quarterbacks I've ever seen, is that you both will throw picks, but it just bounces off you. Like you throw a pick and you don't get cautious. Last year, you probably had 16, 17 of them. It is interesting, though, because you don't want to throw them, and sometimes you uncork it. Did you realize very quickly boy, those cornerbacks, they close really quick in the NFL. Like, did it take you about a month to I mean, and by the way, you didn't have great protection, so that's part of it. But take me through the kind of the experience of NFL, pass rush, interceptions, and how you deal with that emotionally.
Yeah, you gotta have thick skin, and then like Coach Sweeney always told me in college, not just me, the whole team, you gotta have amnesia, just being able to forget things and keep playing. I mean, that's no matter which position you play, you got to be able to do that, especially quarterback, just because throughout the course of a game, you're going to have so many ups and downs, great plays, bad plays, plays you want back, all those. You got to be able to bounce back and focus on the next one. So I think that's huge. Obviously, had way more turnovers than I wanted to have last year, and that's something that's been a big emphasis for me this offseason. But I've always had that mindset, just keep playing. Like, I'm not going to let one play. Obviously, you have to be smart, and there's times I could have played a lot smarter, but you have to have that mindset that I'm not going to let the last play dictate the next one. If you do that, that's just going to keep compounding and piling up on you. So you got to just be able to forget it and keep playing. I mean, that's why I think, I have a special talent. I think I can bring a lot to the table. And if I start taking that, away just because I had a bad play, I'm not helping anybody out.
By the way, Gatorade.com/community, it's a Beat the Heat program it's a really great program where they help young people that can't maybe financially pay for this, pay for that. They get them, initiate some momentum and inertia for them to get into football. Gatorade, it's called Beat the Heat. You were at camp today. By the way, if you've never been to Jacksonville in the summer, it's hot. Let me tell you right now, it is hot. Tell me a little about the program.
Yeah, it was great. Myself alongside with Gatorade, we're able to partner with True Youth, and we're able to donate some money to pay for the next 2 seasons, all the practice equipment, all the participation fees, everything for the kids, just so they can come out here and play football and not have to worry about, how they're going to be able to do it financially, and just trying to give that access to the next generation. Sports has had such an impact on my life, and really just trying to, help inspire the next generation and to give them the access to be able to do what I think all kids should be able to do if they want to.
I interviewed Dabo Sweeney about 6 months ago on my podcast, and I was just blown away. I thought he was fantastic. At one point, he didn't like me, but now he's almost forced to because I root for Clemson. And that Colin Cowherd guy, he once called me.
He's probably talked about you in a team meeting that I've been in before.
Yeah, he called me a fraud. It was really hurtful. It's not that funny, Trevor. It really hurt. Listen, buddy, we're always rooting for you. Congratulations on your marriage and the Jags, and get your coach on here because I want to talk to him as well. Continued success. Go to Gatorade.com/community. And thank you so much for doing this. You're a busy guy, and you got a lot of requests. Thank you so much, Trev.
I appreciate you, Colin. Always enjoy talking to you, man. Appreciate the time.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.